Lies of P is right around the corner, and today, y'all, we have been graced with a brand new trailer, 7 minutes of gameplay highlighting some of the combat mechanics, highlighting some of the weapons, and I took a 30-second snippet of it just to see, is it going to be worth the watch, and instantly I was intrigued. I was excited, and I stopped it after like 30 seconds and said, you know what? We're going to react to this. We're going to react to this together because there's so many games that I feel like influence the creation of Lies of P. Some of my favorite games of all time, from the Souls series to I even get a little bit of BioShock in here, just in I would say like the general art aesthetic. And so there's a lot of games influencing this game, and it's coming out very soon. I'm excited about it, and I want to share that excitement with you. So if you're excited about it as well, if you're planning on picking up Lies of P, drop a like in the comments. Let me know that if you're picking it up on day one, or if there's anything in this trailer that stands out to you. But without further ado, no long intro, no wasting time. We are going to hop right into this. So go ahead and sit back, relax, grab some snacks, and let's check out this trailer. Hey, y'all, here it is. It's about that time. 7 minutes of gameplay highlighting the upcoming Lies of P game. I'm very excited about it. The opportunity to play as Pinocchio just feels very interesting, especially when it's set in this Souls-like world. The dancer's curved sword blade. Dude, I gotta pause it really quick. Off the jump, guys. I forgot there's a weapon in Elden Ring. It's one of the first weapons you get. You're given access to the open world, and you go and you fight this boss that does this like jumping attack. And I remember being one of the first like two-handed weapons that I got in the game that I actually really enjoyed. It allowed you to kind of do this weird skip move to close the gap on enemies who were, you know, a little bit further away from you. I remember using that weapon for a while before I like switched up and got something that I felt like was worth the time. But this dancer's curved sword, it kind of does that similar mechanic, and it does this like interesting dodge back, and you can rev it up and stuff like that. That's actually pretty cool. I genuinely love the influence that they've clearly taken, or borrowed, I should say, from, or I should even say been inspired by, when it comes to Lies of P. Like, I know I said that this has kind of BioShock levels of feel to it. It's like, to me, it's BioShock mixed with games like Elden Ring and the Souls series. And you can see that in just like the general attacks, but there's some magical abilities that I think you can use with your left hand that it gives me that BioShock feel. It's one of the things I love the most about that game. So it looks like you're doing burn damage, which I guess makes sense, right? Salamander dagger blade, Master Chef's knife handle. Dude, like some of the weapons look kind of sick in this game. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like the weapon variety is definitely here. Or they look like puppets, not feel like puppets. But what's cool about this weapon too is Wintry Rapier's blade it looks like it has a shield on it too. So it's kind of a dual combo. Like you get the rapier, like the fencing sword, and then you also get a shield to deflect enemy attacks with, which is actually pretty dope. You know what I'm curious about? I'm curious if there's music in this game. I don't know. I haven't gotten a glimpse of any music. Yo, it's a bone-cutting saw blade? Yo, that's sick. Yo, look at the range on that. Holy hell. Now, I'm curious if they're showing us just some of the general weapons you can get, or if these are special weapons, rare legendary items that you can get your hands on or have to look forward to. Live puppets axe blade plus acidic great curved sword handle. So it looks like the handle, I'm assuming, is what's going to be creating potential status effects, whether it be burn or poison. And then you have the actual weapon itself. Dude, that's sick. That is actually so sick. Like, can we just take a moment to appreciate the weapon design in this game? And not only the weapon design, but some of the character models as well. Literal puppets on strings as Pinocchio's battling his way through really beautiful areas. Like, I know some of them may look, and, you know, at first glance, they may appear to be quite tormented sections of the game, you know, kind of burned down and brittled and battered. But at the same time, there is a bit of beauty in there. There's a kind of a, I don't know what you call it, somewhat of a sadistic beauty, which I think is really cool. So, yeah, I kind of like that. So we have the blade. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. Like, obviously, you can see there's the blade itself, and then there's the handle. So I'm curious. So the handle, it looks like, is what's providing the status effects. And then you obviously have the blade itself. So circular electric chainsaw blade. And then exploding pickaxe handle. Dude, these look sick. And the outfits are tough, man. Outfits are tough. Like, I feel like I'm going to have so much fun with this game. I know this is like just a stage demo, but I hope that enemies have health bars. I hope they do. I mean, how else are we gonna know? I mean, I guess you know they're dead when they die, but so we have Cole Mjolnir head. Yo, is this a Thor reference? Coil Mjolnir head and big pipe wrench handle. Holy hell, dude. Now, I wonder how far the customization and how deep and detailed it is. Like, how much are you able to customize your characters and your overall experience? That's something that I would love to know a little bit more about. I mean, with the game coming out in just a couple of weeks, you know, I'm sure we're going to get all these answers very soon. But look at this. Now, this can't just be like your regular run-of-the-mill weapon, right? Like, I'm assuming this has to be some sort of, it's got to be legendary, man. It's got to be like a rare legendary weapon. It looks too good to be just a basic weapon. And if it is, bravo, man. Y'all. What the hell was that? Hold on. We got to run that back. Hold on. So it's called Proof of Humanity, which looks very sick. But it's this dual-wielding motion. How did he get two swords? It splits in two. Yo, that's sick. Oh, dude, that's so nasty. Yep, I need this game. I need this game right now. Holy Sword of the Ark. Yo, you gotta give it to him. Look at the detail. The etchings on the blade. And just the size of that thing. I'm not gonna lie to you though, I've never really been a big fan of heavy weapons or two-handed weapons. I like to get in there, you know what I mean? I like to be able to go in the offense and defense at the drop of a hat, you know? But that's just me. The weapon looks sick though. It actually looks pretty insane. And it extends? And it becomes what, a lance? Or some kind of spear? Brother, this is insane. This is actually insane. Wow. Yeah, okay. Ouroboros Eye. Again, I have to compliment the outfits. Like, I don't know if there's going to be any sort of customization with the outfits, or if they provide any sort of status benefits outside of just pure aesthetic. But even if it's just aesthetic, they look insane. All right, guys, so that was it. 7 minutes of gameplay highlighting some of the mini weapons that I'm assuming we're going to be able to get our hands on in Lies of P. And like I said before, I've had comments where people have said, oh, it looks like just a ripoff of you know, Elden Ring. If you've played Elden Ring, you've played this. I wouldn't necessarily say that's true. I think that there's nothing wrong with having influence and having and obtaining inspiration from great games like Elden Ring, putting your own spin on it, your own flavor, and creating that with new characters, new stories, and an entirely different world. To me, I feel like, yes, in some of the battle mechanics, you definitely can get a sense of Elden Ring, but I guess I mean, in a way, you really think about it, you could say the same thing about any shooter. Like, you pick up any shooter and you say, well, if you played Call of Duty, you played this shooter. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's fair to the developers that clearly have put a lot of time, energy, and creativity into the creation of this game to say that it's just a carbon copy. I think it has something very special to offer. I'm very interested in it, just in the synopsis of the story and the characters. Playing as Pinocchio in this kind of Souls-like world is already just something I feel like I have not seen before. And it's, you know, I think for me, that is enough to get me to pick it up on day one, give it a try, and hopefully have a lot of fun with it. I love the character details. In this trailer, in this gameplay reveal, we obviously get a glimpse at a number of different suits that Pinocchio is going to be able to equip. Now, again, I have no idea if that's going to have any sort of benefit in terms of status effects or anything. I would hope that they do. You know, that would, you know, provide a little bit more, I would say, RPG elements to the game. But even if they're simply aesthetic, even if they're simply visual, there is a lot of variety here. And I'm all about looking good. If I look good, I fight good, I play good, you know? So even if it's only aesthetic, I'm down. Now, obviously, the star of the show was the weapons. The weapons definitely impressed me. I like the variety. It felt like every weapon that we got a glimpse of was strategically chosen to highlight the differences, the variety, and all that you have to look forward to when it comes to playing this game. And I think that's really cool. Like, from spears to rapiers to axes to weapons that look like axes to special status effects that some of these weapons can do based on, I'm assuming based on the handles that provide status effects against the enemies, to weapons that legit look like chainsaws, to weapons that legit look like things that I've never seen before. There's something that I love really in the variety of weaponry. I like weapons that have clearly been given a sense of detail and a sense of creativity. I think that's so cool, and you can clearly see that in a lot of the weapons here. And yeah, so it's something that I you know, like I said, I've loved the character models. I love the outfits that you get. I love the detail. There's so much to be excited about in this game. Like, to me, I'm just surprised that this game hasn't, or at least to anybody I've talked to, I've not heard too many people talking about Lies of P, and I feel like that is a crying shame. So I'm very hopeful that when this game comes out, it actually does receive all the hype that I think it deserves. It looks like something really special. I hope it lives up. I hope the story is something very interesting. Again, I feel like a lot of people are sleeping on this game, which is why I decided to make this video to highlight the 7 minutes of the variety of weapons and enemies that you'll come across in Lies of P. And I hope that this is something, if anything, to turn a couple people's heads and get them excited about Lies of P, because I definitely am. But if you want to see more gameplay for this game, it's right around the corner. I plan on playing it in full when it releases, so I definitely will be showing my experience with that. Hopefully you'll come out and check out my full playthrough for this game when it drops. But until then, guys, if you enjoyed the content, drop a like on this video. Greatly helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new here. That is always something that really helps me out. And yeah, that for me, that is all. But thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if there's a weapon that stood out to you. And as always, my name is That Guy Ryan, and I will see you in the next video.